Hi guys, welcome back to Twisted Dice for another battle report. Today I'm joined by Ben down in the Dice Saloon, and we're going to play 2,000 points of Deathwatch Vs Necron.
Looking forward to it.
First time on the channel?
That's correct.
So what we're going to do, guys, just to kind of speed things up today, is we're going to jump straight into the armies, and we'll show you what we have, we'll talk you through the missions, and we'll do that. For the Deathwatch today, we are taking 2,000 points in the form of 1 battalion as well as an outrider detachment. As you may have seen before, I take 4 squads of intercessors, similar to my LVO list, with 2 aggressors in the 10-man intercessor squads. These ones here have auto bolt rifles, and over for these 2 squads here, my heavy support ones, they take 5 hell blasters in each squad. To make up the HQ component, I have a Watchmaster and I have a Terminator I have a Watch Captain in Terminator armor, and then I take a unit of 9 Terminators for the elites. And then for the Outrider attachment, really simple, 3 units of 3 bikes, with the Sergeant having a Storm Shield each. There's a teleporter in each of the squads, and then I take another Watch Captain in Terminator armor. With regards to relics, I take the Tomb of Ectoclades and the Watchmaster, and then I have a Beacon Angelus, which lets 1 unit hop around the board, and that usually comes in turn 2 or 3.
This is my 2,000 point Necron Outrider detachment. I have 2 units of 6 destroyers, 1 unit of 6 Canoptech Wraiths, 1 Triarch Stalker with heavy Gorse Blaster, 1 unit of 6 Tomb Blades, 2 Doomsday Arcs, 1 Destroyer Lord, the Shard of the Nightbringer, and a Cryptek.
So today we are going to play Eternal War, and specifically we're going to do one of the new missions out of chapter approved, which is Cut Off the Head. Now the way that works is there's an objective marker in the middle of the board, and then what me and Ben have done is we have allocated 3 points to each of our characters. Now from round 3 onwards, for each of those that is alive, we get 1 point. So that's pretty cool. And then the next thing that we can do is kind of like the relic, this objective marker is in the middle of the board. So whoever controls that with the characters can upload intel points and gain bonus points. So we'll go through that as we go through the game. Now, with regards to deployment, Ben won the roll-off. So he gets to choose the kind of deployment type. So we've gone for Dawn of War. And what that means is then I had to deploy my entire army onto the table. So I'll get to go first, but it does mean that Ben has been able to set up his army, seeing what I can do. Now the only thing that is left to do is Ben can actually choose to seize the initiative. So do you want to roll, Ben? Give it a nice roll there, see if you get a 6.
Let's see if we can get that seed.
Ooh,
We do not.
we do not. That's a 1, is it?
That is a 1.
Look at these lovely Necron dice. I love these, look. Excellent. Right, well, let us jump into turn 1. Turn 1 for the Deathwatch, I have moved the Intercessor squad with the Hell Blaster forward a little bit to take some cover. They're not all in cover, they've come out here, but they are still within range of the Watchmaster. I've moved these 2 Intercessor squads forward a little bit, but Ben has used fortified cover, so he spent 2 command points on that. And then moving over here, the 3 units of bikes have aggressively moved forward to try and get some shots off of the destroyers up there, and the unit of Hell Blasters here have stayed still. So that is my movement for this turn. I have no characters on the objective yet, so I'm going to do mission tactics for the army, which I've picked is fast attack, so it lets me re-roll 1s against the majority of the Necrons. So the first unit that I'm going to fire is going to be this unit of bikes who are going to rapid fire in there, and I'm going to use crack rounds on this one, so it's -1 to the save. So 3s to hit, and then I take out the misses, which is going to be the 1s and 2s, quite a few, and then it'll be 5s and 6s for the wounding. So I have done 1, 2, so 2 saves to make. So 2 saves to make on this destroyer unit. Nice. Both passed?
Both passed.
So the next unit is going to be this unit. They're going to rapid fire into the front squad as well. But this time I'm going to do Hellfire rounds because I didn't really get that much damage off. So let's take away the 1s and 2s. I'll take that one away. And then it's 2s, re-rolling 1s. So see how I do. So a couple of 1s in there. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. 7 wounds on the squad.
All pass.
All pass, no 1s. Okay, so no damage so far, but I'm going to fire the 3 bikes here. They're not going to rapid fire, so just 2 shots apiece. Crack rounds into the destroyers. And I have hit with what looks like 5, and I need 5s and 6s. And I get to re-roll 1s due to my mission tactics. So that's not too bad. So that's 3 saves of 3 up for the Necrons. So 3 saves on the destroyers. Okay, no wounds. So the next unit that's going to fire is this back intercessor unit with the 5 Hellblasters. I'm going to do the plasma first. This is going to overcharge. So 1s will kill. And I'm good. So I've hit with 1, 2, 3, 4. 2s to or 3s to wound. So strength 8. Wow, re-rolling the 1s because of mission tactics. So 2 wounds. So that's 2 saves to make. So we got 2 saves on the destroyers. They are in fortified position, so it's -4 from an overcharged Hellblaster, but the cover will put it to a 6 up save. So 2 saves here. Okay, and that is 4 damage. That would be 1 destroyer. And finishing off the shooting for this intercessor squad are 5 bolt rifles firing crack rounds. So it'd be -2 to their shots. Or do I want to do Hellfire rounds at -1? I'll do Hellfire rounds. That would make sense. So I don't get the re-rolls, but 2s to wound. And I get a re-roll 1s. And that is 2 wounds. And that will be at -1. Here we are. So saves for the destroyers from the Hellfire rounds from the intercessor squad. And that's 1 more wound.
1 goes through.
So the next unit that's going to fire is this intercessor squad with the auto bolt rifles. And they're going to fire into the destroyers. I just know how hard they can be to get rid of, so I'm going to focus on them. Now the only thing is, the aggressor is out of range, but I am going to spend 2 command points for the Venator Doctrine, and that allows me +1 to wound. So I'm going to use crack rounds to extend the range to make sure they're all in. I'm going to roll 2 dice to see if I get my command point back. So I do get 1 back, so it costs me 1 point. So that is good. So let me get some dice, and then we will roll against them. So the Watchmaster is within 6 inches of this unit, so I will get to re-roll hits. And I'll also take out one of my Primaris Marines. So these are going to hit on 3s, re-roll on 1s and 2s. And because of the Watchmaster, that's going to be quite important. So here we go. That's still quite a few misses. Okay, so I'll take those out. And then I'll wound on 4s because of the Doctrine, re-rolling 1s. So pull these out of here. No 1s, so take out the 1s, 2s and 3s. And that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 3-up saves. Okay, off we go. So here we go. These are the saves. 8 saves at 3-up. And it looks like...
Fail 1.
Fail 1. So 1 is down to 1 wound. The next squad to fire is going to be this unit of intercessors into this unit of destroyers. The aggressor is in range and he's going to get an extra 2 shots. So this is just the aggressor. So he hits on 3s. Reroll those because of the watch captain within range. 6 inches. And then he needs 5s and 6s to do any damage. So that looks like 4 wounds at 2 up save. 2 up save now on this unit here from the aggressor.
All good.
All good, very nice. So Hellfire rounds from the intercessors then, hitting on 3. So I think with the Watchmaster I'll be able to do a lot of wounds. So these have missed. 2s re-rolling 1s. And then a couple of 1s in there. So that will be, if it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 saves to make. No minuses. So 15 saves on the destroyers, 2 up save because of fortified cover. How are we doing, Ben?
We have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds.
Wow, that's unexpected.
1 destroyer down, and 1 with 1 wound remaining.
So I have this unit of intercessors as the final squad to fire. These 2 at the back are the only ones who can see. So they will fire Hellfire rounds as well. So they miss with both, but the watch captain lets them re-roll, and they both miss. And then final thing I have is I have the Hell Blasters here who are going to fire into the same squad. So they're going to do overcharged. They all hit, and they are going to wound on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 6-up saves because of fortified cover. So here we are. So 6-up saves for the destroyers.
1 pass, 3 fail.
Okay, so that means that 1 destroyer, which has 1 wound left, is that right?
That's correct.
He's gone, and then the 4 extra wounds will take away another destroyer, and then they don't carry over. So that is the shooting for the Deathwatch this turn. To recap the Deathwatch turn 1, the bikes have moved forward, and they've managed to take out, was it 1 destroyer?
1 destroyer.
So 1 destroyer from that unit is gone, which is a poor showing from all of this firepower here. And then we have another 2 destroyers, right? From
3 destroyers.
3 destroyers. Didn't expect that from this unit here. But what you will see is that these are incredibly hard units to take out. They do not go down lightly. Let's move into the Necron turn 1. So we're going to do reanimation now for the Necrons, turn 1.
So we're 5 up for this destroyer to come back to
Yep.
life. He does not come back to life.
Okay.
And this squad over here would normally be a 5 up, but the crypt tech is within 3 inches, so they're coming back on a 4.
Cool.
So only 1 returns.
Okay, and he comes back on full wounds, yes?
He does come back on 4.
Very nice. That's what we want.
So, turn 1 for the Necrons. I have moved everything up the battlefield except for the Triax Stalker, which has stayed nestled in at the back. The Crypt Tech himself advanced up but only rolled a 1, so doesn't quite get into the position I need him. But otherwise everything's up in rapid fire range. Going to make use of that Mefret Dynasty extra armor penetration.
So what are you going to do, Ben?
So, psychic phase for the Necrons. The Nightbringer's going to stare down one of those bikes, use his times arrow. I need to roll over the wound characteristics of one of these bikers for it to be slain instantly.
Cool, so that's going to be a 2 or more.
And that's a 3.
Cool, so that's one bike, is it?
1 bike.
Cool, so we'll take him away. Starting off with Necron shooting, we're going to start off with the Cryptek Stalker over here. Who's he shooting into?
The Triax Stalker's going to be shooting into this squad up here.
Yep, okay.
Benefit from the re-rolling 1s after he's shot.
Very nice.
So we're looking for 3s to hit.
Yep.
Scoring 2 hits.
Yep.
Strength 9 versus your toughness of 4, so looking for
2s to wound.
2s to wound.
Yep.
1 wound.
Cool. And what's the AP on that?
The AP on that is 4.
Cool, so I will then have -1, so it'll be a 6-up save. That's right. No, I don't think that was right. I think it was a 5 or 6. But we do lose 1 anyway, so let's get this guy at the back gone. He is dead.
Okay, so the Doomsday Ark moved, so its ballistic skill has gone down due to its heavy weapons. So it's now going to be generating D6 shots. So there we generate 5 shots.
Very nice.
Going into this same unit up here.
Okay, into the intercessors with the 5 Hell Blasters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for 4s to hit now.
Yep.
So I've scored only 2 hits. Looking for 3s to wound. 1 wound.
Cool. And what is the AP on that one?
So that is -2.
Cool, -2. So I will have a 4-up save, and I have made it because of the -1 afforded to me by the building.
Brilliant.
Cool. What are we going to fire next then, Ben?
So they're carrying on with the Doomsday Ark.
Yep.
The Gorse Flare arrays are going into the same unit.
Okay.
That's 10 shots, hitting on 3s because they are not heavy weapons. I have a 1 there, of which I can re-roll from the Triax Stalker.
Yep.
That's That's a hit. So only 1 miss. Now these are only strength 4, so I'll be wounding you on 4s.
Yep.
Only 2 wounds.
2 wounds. And is there any AP to that?
AP -1 to that.
Okay, so these will be 3 up saves, which I both make. Very nice.
Oh. Okay, so next, this unit of destroyers here will be firing everything they've got into this squad of bikes here.
Okay.
They are hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1 due to hardwired hatred. Just 1/1 to re-roll there.
Yeah.
A miss and a miss, so 2 misses. They are strength 6 against your toughness 5, I believe.
Yep, so it'll be 3s to
So
wound.
I'm looking for 3s to wound. I'm re-rolling the 1s to wound because of the Destroyer Lord.
Yep, who is just there.
Got 2 1s there.
Yeah.
1 more 1.
Any 2s in there?
So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 saves at -4.
-4, wow. Yeah, so we're going to put these on the Storm Shield one at a time. How many damage do they do?
D3.
Okay, so the first one has gone through, so what does that do? How many damage?
That does 2 damage.
2 damage, so he's gone, and then they're -4, so that is the rest of the bikes gone. So that is how quickly we take a unit of bikes out. What is firing off next, Ben?
So the Destroyer Lord now
Yep.
firing into this squad of bikes with his Voltalic Staff.
For sure.
He's hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1 from Hardwired Hatred. So that's 3 hits.
Yep.
This is strength 6 against your toughness 5, so he'll be wounding you on 3s, re-rolling the 1s because of his own Hardwired Hatred. So that's 2 wounds, 1 miss.
What's the AP on those?
AP is -3 on that.
Cool, so I'll do, and 1 damage or 2 damage or
2
what is it?
damage each.
Cool, so I'll do the first one on the Storm Shield, which fails.
Oh,
Cool, and then so that's 2 damage, so he's gone. And then it's -2, is it? Or
-3.
-3, so 6 up save. No, unfortunately, that is another unit of bikes gone.
Okay, so next we're shooting with the Nightbringer. He's using his Gaze of Death on this unit of bikes here.
Yeah.
Generates D6 hit. That's 3.
Cool,
Ballistic skill of 2, so hitting on 2s
very nice.
and wounding on 2s.
Cool. What strength is he?
He is strength 7, but his abilities allow him to wound on 2s, anything that isn't a vehicle.
And then what's the AP and damage?
The AP on this is -4 and it's D3 damage.
Cool, so I'll have to do the invuln save and the Storm Shield. So I've passed the first one and I've passed the second
Very
one,
good.
so that's not too bad. Cool.
So the Canoptek Wraiths are going to shoot their particle casters into these bikes here. Hitting you on 3s.
Yeah.
Reroll that one. So that's 5 hits.
Yep.
Strength 6, so this is your toughness 5, so wounding you on 3s. That's 3 wounds. No AP.
No AP, so these are just normal saves, so let's roll them. 3 up saves, and I think I've taken a wound, so that means 1 bike goes down to 1 wound, so let's pop that down there. There we are.
Okay, this unit of 6 Tomb Blades is going to be rapid firing into this squad of intercessors. It's within half range of its weapon, so its AP is increased from -2 to -3. So we're hitting on 3s. Oh, that's a lot of 1s and 2s. Let's take those out. So 7, 8 misses from, 9 misses from that.
Very nice.
Now I'm strength 5 against your toughness 4.
Yeah, so you will be wounding them on 3s.
Wounding on 3s. Let's take those misses out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and -3.
10 -3. You're on this front unit of intercessors, is that right?
That's right.
Cool, so 10 saves to make. We have, and at
-3.
oh wow, and this isn't from the destroyers, is it?
This is from the Tomb Blades.
This is from the Tomb Blades alone. So -3 is going to mean that I have taken quite a few saves. I've lost 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 1 wound.
So next up, the Cryptotech will be firing his Staff of Light into that same unit.
For sure.
Got 3 shots, looking for 3s. Misses everything.
Okay. No rerolls?
No rerolls.
No rerolls. Excellent. So we're going to fire the destroyers next into the intercessors.
So they'll be hitting you on 3s, rerolling the 1 from Hardwired Hatred.
Oh, horrible.
Need those reroll the 1s. That's better. So 2 misses from that.
Yep.
Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound you. So that's 5 saves to make at -4.
Cool. So that's actually just going to kill them off. So that's going to be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5d3 damage.
Right. Do you want to start rolling? So the first one's going to kill. So that's the first guy gone. Right.
So next.
Yeah.
2 damage.
Cool. So that's another one.
2 damage.
Another one.
2 damage.
Cool. That's another one.
3 damage.
Cool. That's another one. So that only leaves 2 left in that squad. That is quite a. That's what they do, though. We know they do this. So this is pretty expected from this one. So that's still pretty good. I would like to have seen a few more ones there, though. Go. So last unit to fire.
This Doomsday Arc going into this unit of intercessors.
It makes sense. And are you going to fire everything into those guys?
Everything it's got.
Very nice.
So let's start with its big gun. It has moved, so it will be hitting on 4s, generating d6 shots. Only 2 shots.
Yeah.
Hitting on 4s. So that's 2 hits.
Yeah.
It is strength 8, so it'll be wounding you on 2s.
Yes, very nice.
Wounds.
Yeah.
It is going to be AP -3.
Cool. So 6 up saves. So I failed both of them.
D3 damage apiece.
Cool. So that's those 2. Very nice. So they're gone.
And now the Gorse Flare away. There's rapid firing into this unit here. So I'm looking for 3s. Let's take out those misses. Ugh.
And then these wound on 4s, is that right?
These are only strength 4, so they'll be wounding you on 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 saves at -2.
So 7 saves, 4 up, simply because I'm in cover now. Means that I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've taken 5 wounds. So that's going to be a big hit in that squad. So here we are. Now, what about charges this turn?
I am not going to be declaring any charges this turn. I'm going to let you come to me.
Very nice, very nice. So, morale phase then for the Deathwatch. We are going to need to take a morale phase now, but I'm going to spend 2 command points. Am I going to get them back? I do get 1 back, so that cost me 1. And then over here, I've only lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've lost 4. But I rolled a 2, so I will be good. Ooh.
So just a quick recap from Necron turn 1. I advanced up the board, shot everything I had into the intercessors, tried to take out as many bikes as possible, and managed to clip a few of the intercessors hiding in the building. Fairly strong start for turn 1. I'm looking forward to these Terminators coming down and giving me some hell.
Deathwatch turn 2, I have moved one of the intercessors over here to get within 6 inches of the Watchmaster. I have moved this unit of Terminators down here, so they've arrived. We spent the command point to keep those guys there. I've then moved this intercessor over here to be within 6 inches here, and I've kept these guys fairly stationary here. But I have moved the unit of bikes up there to try and help out with what I can. So let us move into the shooting phase of the Deathwatch and see what I can do. So the first unit from the Deathwatch that are going to fire is going to be this unit of Hellblasters, or the Intercessor squad with the Hellblasters. I'm going to fire into the Destroyers. So 3 bodies can rapid fire, and 1, 2 guys at the back here are out of range. So I'll roll these separately. So I am going to overcharge. So any 1s will kill, but I get to re-roll because of the Watchmaster in range. And then, so that's going to be 4 hits. And good thing I have the Watchmaster in range. And then these 2 are separate, and I'll re-roll that one. And that's a miss. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And I'm going to re-roll 1s to win. So 4s to win, is that right? Or no, 3s to win, re-rolling 1s. So take that away. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves at -4. So we've just realised that we have no cover because of fortified cover. So that is going to be 1, 2, and is any of those on a wound?
No.
Cool. So and then 1 will go on to 1 wound. So that kills 2 and 1 on 1 wound. That's going to fire his intercessor into the bikes. Hellfire rounds. So he gets to hit. He hits on 4s because it's -1 to hit, and he wounds on 2s. So that is 1 save at -1.
So 1 save at -1 puts them on a 4-up, and he takes a wound.
So the next unit that's going to fire is the aggressor into the destroyers, and the aggressor himself is going to get an extra 3 shots. So 1, 2, 3 on top of his 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm hitting on 3s, but I'm wounding on 5s and 6s. And then I'm going to fire hellfire rounds from that. So there are the hits. So hellfire rounds from 1 guy as well. So declare them before I've done it. So they all missed, and then I need 5s and 6s, re-rolling 1s. So can I get? Oh, that's not too bad. So I've managed to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 wounds onto the destroyer squad. So 6 wounds onto that destroyer squad.
I'm looking for 6 3-ups. He takes 2 wounds, so that destroyer drops.
Cool. And then the final thing is going to be the hellfire rounds. So he's got, how many wounds does that one there have? Oh, he's got 1.
He has 2 wounds remaining.
2 wounds remaining. So hitting on 3s with a reroll because of the Watchmaster, and then 2s. So that's 1 more save at AP dash.
He takes another wound.
Takes another wound. So you've got 1 more wound left. I'm going to fire the Guardian Spear from the Watchmaster into the sole remaining destroyer. So I'm hitting on 2s, and I'm using Hellfire rounds, so they're wounding on 2s. Re-rolling 1s. So we've got 1 wound, and that's -1 to the save.
So looking for a 4-up save. He doesn't make it.
Would you like to spend a command point?
I'm not going to spend a command point.
Okay. The Terminators are going to fire now, and they're going to fire everything they got into this squad. So we've got 3 melter guns. They'll be hitting on 4s with reroll. I can't reroll that 3 because it's a -1. So the next thing is, so I have 2 hits, and then it's 3s to wound. And I do get to reroll 1s because they are fast attack. Oh. So just the 1 wound, and that will be D6. So 2 wounds on one of the bike, and one's already on 1 wound. Is that right?
That is right.
Cool. These bikes actually have an invuln save. What is their invuln save?
So they have a 5-up invulnerable save.
Very nice.
Let's see if we can tank those wounds. We do.
Very nice. So no wounds.
Right.
So here we are. So hitting on 4s. Let's re-roll that one again. Okay. So I can re-roll 1s and 2s, but I can't re-roll 3s. Okay. So we'll take the 3s out first of all. And I can re-roll these 2. So I'll get rid of the big ones, and I'll bring in these ones and get rid of that 3 and this big 3. And there's another 3 hidden there. And there's another 3. Cool. So there are all the hits. Right, so get rid of those. And then 2s to wound. So I'll get rid of those 2 big dice. 2s to wound, re-rolling 1s. So, and then re-rolling the 1s. So only 2 1s there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 wounds. Saves on the bikes.
Looking for 3s up.
Okay.
So we failed 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not bad. So that's just one bike's gone, and then another bike and 1 on 1 wound. Correct?
That is correct.
There we go. So this unit of intercessors with their auto bolt rifles and the aggressor are going to fire into the devastators over here. Now, I'm going to use vengeance rounds, but I'm also going to spend a command point, or 2 command points, to beef up the ability to wound. So they will actually be wounding on 4s if I can get this. So let's see if I get them back. So that's the Venator Doctrine. I don't get anything back. So that is actually 2 more command points that are gone. So let me figure out the dice and we'll come back. So first of all, the aggressor's going to fire first, and he's going to get 9 extra dice. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll roll him first. So no minuses for this unit, right?
No minuses.
Cool. So we'll roll them down here. So hitting on 3s, but because I brought the squad over, I do get to re-roll the 1s and 2s. And then there is a nice famous little dice hidden in there. Right, so they've all hit, and then I'm wounding on 4, 5s and 6s for that squad. So let's see what we can do. Re-rolling 1s. So there's a few 1s in there. So that aggressor's put down quite a lot of firepower. So he's caused quite a few wounds. I'd say I've rolled above average. So he's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 wounds.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so here we are for the saves. For the destroyers, going to go over here.
Yeah, we're looking for 3s. Failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1 destroyer down and 1 with 1 wound remaining.
Okay. Right. So the rest of the squad hitting on 3s, re-rolling those 1s and 2s, which makes a big difference. That 1 there is actually part of the wound counters. So they're the hits. 4, 5 and 6s for the wounds, re-rolling 1s. A couple of 1s, but not as good, as strong as the last time. So take away the 3s and 2s. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with -2.
Oh, nasty.
Okay, so Ben's doing the saves and destroyers now at -2.
So -2 puts them on a 3, 4, 5 up. So I failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 wounds.
So
What does that translate into?
So that's 3, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 1 destroyer left with 2 wounds.
Makes sense. So we're going to do Hellfire rounds from this squad into that 1 destroyer left. So hitting on 3s.
Very nice.
Okay, and then take that away. And then it's going to be 2s to wound, re-rolling 1s. I think that
Look
is
at that.
all
You
of
don't
them.
even need those rerolls.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 wounds on that destroyer. Right, so we have Ben's saves, so 10 saves, no AP. So these are 3-up saves.
Let's see what we can do. He failed 2 exactly.
Do you want to spend
So
a
I will
command
spend
point?
1 command point, leaving me on 1.
Yeah.
See if I can save that destroyer. He does. That destroyer has 1 wound remaining.
Very nice. Fire plasma. I'm going to overcharge all of my plasma. So 2 plasma into the guy on his wound. So 1 hits, 1 misses. Let's get rid of that one. And then Hellfire bolter rounds into him as well. So hitting on 3s. Take away those. Good thing they went to plasma. And then 2s to wound, re-rolling 1s. So that's 2 wounds from the bolters. And the plasma doesn't wound.
Oh.
But I'll use my re-roll to get from the Watch Master. So I get 1 re-roll again. And it does win. So 1's a -4. He doesn't have an
So
invuln.
that one at -4 takes him out of the game.
Cool. That's good. That's a relief. And then finally, the plasma here is going to fire into the arc. So hitting on 3s. Is that right? There's no minuses for that?
No minuses.
So 3s and 2 miss. Don't die, thank God. And then is it strength, toughness is...
Toughness 6.
Okay, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds, so it does nothing. Oh. So that is the end of Deathwatch turn 2. I'm not declaring any charges this turn. I'm going to see what happens. And I'm going to leave it there for the time being. So let's move into Necron's turn. Got reanimation protocol here for the bikes.
Yep, so I'm looking for 5 ups because sadly they're not in 3 inches of the cryptek.
Yep.
And we get 1 back.
Cool.
So Necron movement in turn 2. The Triarch Stalker has tipped up a little bit to get those Terminators in its sights. The Doomsday Arcs both have stayed still to make use of that full power cannon. The Wraiths have moved up the board, looking to get into combat. The Nightbringers just up behind them. The Destroyer Lord and the Cryptek have jumped onto the objective in the middle. And the tomb blades have moved up again to engage the Terminators. Let's see what
So
happens.
what are you going to do, Ben?
Okay, so for the Necron Psychic phase, the Nightbringer here is going to use his Antimatter Meteor on this unit. I'm looking for a 2 to deal D3 mortal wounds or a 6 to deal D6. So there's the 2. So D3 mortal wounds does 3 mortal wounds.
Cool, so that's him gone. And then that leaves this guy remaining on 1 wound.
So, shooting phase, this Cryptek here, fire his Staff of Light into that lonely aggressor.
Yep.
Looking for 3s to hit him. That's 2 hits. Strength 5 versus your toughness of
5.
5, so 4s to wound him. So that's 1 wound at AP 3.
Cool, so that's a 6 up. He doesn't make it, so he is gone.
1 damage.
Cool.
The next to fire is the Destroyer Lord. He'll be using his Voltalic Staff and using his Warlord trait and to target the Watchmaster here. So 3's up the 1 to hit. That's a 2. Strength 6 versus your toughness of...
He's only toughness 4, so 3's to wound.
So 3's to wound, re-rolling the 1s. Any wound of a wound roll of a 6 is a mortal wound in addition.
Okay.
So 1 wound and re-rolling the 1 from the Destroyer Lord. I'll re-roll that one. So 2 saves.
Yep.
Negative 3.
Cool, so he'll have a 4 up in one. So he makes 1 and he fails 1.
2 damage.
Cool, so that puts him on 4. Triarch Stalker firing into the Terminators.
So he's moved, so he's -1 to hit, so he's looking for 4s.
Yep.
So 2 hits.
Yep.
Strength 9, looking for 3s.
Yep. Or 2s.
Or 2s.
Toughness 4.
2s. So 2 wounds at AP -4.
Cool, so the first Storm Shield passes and the second Storm Shield does fail. I'll spend a command point to re-roll that save. So what is it? It's a pass.
Hey.
And do I get that point back? I do.
Hey. This unit of Wraiths here will be firing their particle casters into this unit of Intercessors in front of them.
Of course they would.
So they're hitting on 3s. That's 1 miss. Strength 6, so they'll be wounding on 3s. So there's 2 saves, no AP.
Cool, so 2 saves on that squad. Both made.
Oh.
So the Nightbringer is now going to attack the Terminators.
I'm going to use his Gaze of Death, generating D6 shots.
Yep.
For only 2. He's hitting them on 2s.
Yep.
Wounding them on 2s. That's AP -4 for D3 damage on 2.
Okay, so the first invuln save on a Storm Shield is failed, and the second one is also failed. So no more Storm Shields there.
Right, so now we've got the Tomb Blades rapid firing into those Terminators, re-rolling the 1 thanks to the Triarch Stalker.
Yep.
They're looking for 3s. Let's take out those 1s. A lot of 2s. Still more 2s. So we're strength 5 against your toughness 4.
3's to wound.
So we're looking for 3s. So we score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at AP -3.
Okay, so 8 at -3. -3, but I have a 5 up in one save, so let us roll and see what we get. So we've made 2 saves, 3 saves, so we've lost 1, and then that is 2. So 2 more Terminators.
So next up is the Doomsday Arc. I'm going to be firing everything it's got into this unit of Intercessors here.
Makes sense.
We'll start with the Doomsday Cannon itself, generating 6 shots.
Very nice.
So we're looking for 3s to hit you. Oh, missed 3 there, that's alright. Looking for 2s to wound you. So that's 3 wounds, AP -6.
So that's just gone. So that's 3 more, right?
That's 3 wounds gone through. They're D6 damage apiece.
Do you want to roll one at a
I'll
time?
have to roll them.
Yep.
So 5 damage,
Yep.
2 damage, 3 damage.
Cool, so that is 3 gone. Left?
Next up is the Gorse Flare Arrays, rapid firing into that same unit.
Yep.
So we're looking for 3s. Very nice. These are only strength 4, so we're looking for 4s.
Yep.
Not so bad.
Okay.
And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are at AP minus 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these guys being in the building will be 4 up saves. So that kills 1, 2, leaving me with 1 left. Boop. Alright, and then what have you got left? 1 arc left, is it?
Finally, this
Yep.
Doomsday Arc firing its big cannon
Yeah.
into this unit up here,
Yeah.
and the Gorse Flare arrays all into this unit here.
Okay.
So we'll start with the big cannon,
Yeah.
doing 2 shots,
Yeah.
hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s.
For sure.
So that's only 1. AP minus 6, so
Okay, no
goes
saves.
straight through to damage.
How many damage?
2.
So that is just 1. So I'll take 1 guy at the back.
Now we've got the Gorse Flare array rapid firing into this unit of bikes here.
Yep.
We're looking for 3s. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're only strength 4 versus your toughness of 5, so I'll be looking for 5.
Okay.
Very low there. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 at negative 2.
Cool. So I'll have to do it on the guy who's on 1 wound. So negative 2. First one's passed. Second one's also passed. So Ben, tell me what you're doing first.
So, charge phase
Yeah.
after all the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
With the Wraiths and the Nightbringer are going to be declaring a charge on this unit of Intercessors here.
Who's going first?
The Wraiths will go first to try and soak up all that firepower, so the Nightbringer can get in
Okay.
afterwards.
And can I there's no minuses, just a -6 to hit, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Cool. First of all, I'll do the aggressor, so he's going to get an extra 8 shots.
Very nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I need 6s to hit with these, so I've managed to hit with 4.
Very nice.
Re-rolling all. Because of the Watchmaster, so that's another 2. What's their toughness?
They are toughness 5.
Toughness 5, so that's going to be 5s and 6s to wound. So I've managed to do 4 wounds.
Oh, very nice.
With those, and then the squad will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'll do those with Hellfire rounds as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll have to edit this. Right, so hitting on 6s. Nice. And then re-rolling these ones.
Very nice.
So these are the 6s. Now I will wound on 2s.
Yep.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it'll be 10, 11, 12, 13 saves to make. So over here we have saves to make.
The Wraiths are looking for their 3-up invulnerables.
Yep.
So we fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 Wraiths get gunned down.
Okay, but we still have the Nightbringer coming in. So charge is in there. They're
Yep,
definitely
they
in.
make it.
And then the Nightbringer going in afterwards. He also makes it. It's going first.
So we're looking for 3s to hit.
Yep.
Ugh. So that's 6 hits. They're strength 6 against your toughness 4, so they'll be looking for 3s to wound. Not too bad. That's 5 saves at negative 2.
2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 saves at 5 up. And I've managed to make 2. So how many damage per
That's
one?
2 damage apiece.
So that's 1, 2, 3 dead. So let's go 1, 2, 3 from over here. So what we're going to do is we are going to interrupt for 2 points. Do I get 2 points back? I don't. So that's going to cost me 2. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll keep him. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into the Nightbringer. I'm also going to use a Doctrine to +1 to wound. So that's going to be 2s to wound. So that's my last 2 points. Can I get one back? I don't, so I've used all my command points. So these are just from the infantry. So 3s to hit, and then re-rolls because of the watch captain. So they're my hits, and then I'll wound on 4, 5, and 6. And I'll take that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 saves to make.
So we're looking for 4 up invulnerables. And he passes 3, so takes 1.
Very nice. And then I'll do my aggressor with his power fists. So he gets to re-roll. So he's hit with 2. So 2 saves. How many wounds has he got left?
So he's hit with 2.
Yep.
He needs to wound me.
Oh yeah. So 3s to wound. So 2 wounds.
Very nice. Looking for that 4 up invulnerable save. Fails 1, passes 1.
Cool. And I've done another 2 wounds to him.
That's 3 in total.
Cool. How many is he left?
5 left.
Right, here we go. So we got the Nightbringer next.
Yep, Nightbringer's got 4 attacks. He's hitting on 2s and wounding anything that isn't a vehicle on a 2. So let's see what we get. So we get 3 hits.
Yep.
And we get 3 wounds. AP -4.
Okay, so how many wounds is that?
D6 damage apiece, so let's see what we get.
1 dead.
2 dead. 3
3
dead.
dead.
Wow, look at that.
3 more dead. So we'll take this one here and this one here away. So that leaves 5 remaining.
So 1 more to go. We picked up 2 there.
Oh, cool. Let's get rid of that one there. Cool. So that's nice. And then what I have is I have to do a morale test. So I am leadership 8. So leadership 8 from the sergeant. I'm going to roll. I need a 1 or a 2. And I got a 1. So we're good. We're staying there for the time being. Anything else to do for this turn? Or are we calling it there?
No, that's it.
Okay. 4 guys from this squad here. Again, I've gotten a 5. I'll kill him. So I'll re-roll again for a Space Marine. Give me a low one. No, so he's gone also. Blink. So for the movement, turn 3 for Deathwatch, I've brought one of the Terminator Watch Captains down there. This squad here has fallen back and I've brought in the Terminator Watch Captain here, 9 inches away, and I've also brought in the squad forward with the Chapter Master in the middle there. And the bikes have come over as well. So the first unit that's going to fire is this squad here. I'm going to overcharge and then I'm going to use Hellfire rounds from the bolters. So the first plasma overcharging, he hits with 1 and I've re-rolled, so I don't get to re-roll that 2, so take that out, apologies. And that's another one. And same again. Wow, these have all been 4 and 2. And then the final one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, are they fast attack?
They are fast attack.
Okay, so 3s to wound, re-rolling 1s. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you've got 4 up invuln, isn't that correct?
3 up invuln.
3 up invuln. So 6 saves with 3 up invulns. You could make all of these,
Let's
actually.
see what happens. I fail 1.
Okay, so that's 2 wounds. I probably should have shot the plasma unit at the bikes, but I didn't do that. So these are the Hellfire rounds from the squad. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and then wounding on 2s with Hellfire rounds. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 saves. 1 damage a go.
Looking for 3 ups. And 1 wraith goes down.
Okay. And then the next unit to fire is going to be this Terminator Watch Captain. Actually, I'll do this one over here first due to the range. So backgrounds from this Terminator, the Watch Captain in Terminator armor. So he's going to hit in 2s, re-rolling 1s, and he then is going to use crack rounds. So they are going to be 5s and 6s. So just 1 save, and it doesn't really make a difference because he's a 3 up invuln. And he passes that as well. Very nice. So the next one is this Watch Captain Terminator armor. So we've got hits on 2s, gets to reroll 1s.
Very nice.
And then he wounds on 2s, because these are Hellfire rounds. So we have 4 more saves to make. And this...
Let's see if we can get some more 3s. Oh!
Reroll that one. Cool, so that's 2. And then, kind of probably done this in the wrong order, but we'll do the Melter Gun next. It hits, wounds on a 3, and then if this failed, I've done it the wrong way round. And what have you got? Is it a 3?
That's a 3.
Oh, he's good. That's fine. I'd feel bad if it was either. So we're going to fire the bikes into the rates. So I shall roll with these down here. So I need 3s. So I'm going to take away the 1s and 2s. And these are Hellfire rounds, by the way. So 2s. So that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds.
Let's see if we can get some more 3s. I failed 2.
So is that 1 more gone?
Taking that Wraith out of there.
Very nice. So next is the Terminators. So moving on. I'm going to put all of the weapon options here into the Terminators. So, sorry, the Terminators into the bike. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll do these as Hellfire rounds. Now these are going to hit. What are they going to hit on? They're hitting on 4s, right? Because it's -1 to hit the bike,
That's
correct? Okay, so I get to roll the 1s and 2s. So that's not too bad. There's lots of 1s and 2s as misses. And these are Hellfire rounds, by the way. So get rid of the 2, 3s. So these are the ones that have hit down here. And re-rolling these ones. So it's not too bad. And then I've got 3 Melter Guns in there as well. So 3 Melter Guns. 1 hit and re-rolling. So 2 hits. So first of all, I'll do the wounds. I'll do the wounds from the Hellfire rounds first. So 2s to wounds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I've done 2 more wounds with the Melter Gun. So I'll go with the little rounds first. Or you choose, don't you?
So I'll do the little shots first.
Yep.
Looking for 3. So we fail 1, 2, 3 bikes worth fail. And the 1 wound left over.
Yep. And then 2 more saves at -4. Well, have you an invuln save? I think
so
you do.
we're looking for a 5-up invuln on
Yep.
these 2 saves, otherwise these bikes are out of here. So they both pass.
Very nice. And that's what you want. And the final person to fire in the army is going to be the Watchmaster. He's going to fire Hellfire rounds into these guys as well. So you're going to rapid fire. So 2 shots. He hits on 2s, but that's going to be a miss because it's -1. So we get rid of that one, and then we re-roll that. So that's 2s to wound. So that's a save at -1.
So looking for 4s. They're okay.
Very nice. Terminators are going into the Wraiths and the Nightbringer.
So the Wraiths will overwatch with their pistols.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing for the Wraiths. The Nightbringer generates 6 shots.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for 6s. So we get 3 hits through.
Yep.
Wounding you on 2s.
Okay.
It's 3 wounds at AP -4.
Cool. So they have a 5 and a 6 invuln. They all failed.
D3 damage.
Yep. First one.
2.
That's 1.
3.
2.
3.
Cool. So these 3 guys here are gone, unfortunately. So that was quite good from the Nightbringer. And then I gotta go in that many inches. Very nice. The Terminators have gone in 9 inches, and the Watchmaster, he himself, is gonna go in there 10 inches to those 2. So that's what we have. This guy here, the Terminator, is going to need an 11 to get in and around, and he's definitely not making it in. And then we've the bikes in the corner here going into the Cryptek.
Cryptek's going to overwatch.
Yep.
3 shots with a Staff of Light.
Nothing.
Cool. And the bikes are in 8 inches as well. Dun, 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 dun. So there we go. Actually, we will move them around in a way that he can't get out. Watchmaster's going to go first, hitting on 2s. Very nice. And then he's got a wound on 5s and 6s. Okay, so I have done no wounds. And then the Terminators get 2 attacks each, and they're going to go into the Deathbringer as well. And they go into the character. So hitting on 4s, all hit.
Very nice.
3s to wound. And that's 1, 2, 3.
Very nice.
4 in. They're D3 as well.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, here we are, saves wise. Are these 4-ups?
These are 4-ups for the Nightbringer. He makes 2, fails 2.
Can I roll high? I've done 5 more wounds.
So that's a total of 8. That means he is destroyed.
So we've got rid of the Nightbringer.
On a 4-up, he will explode.
Oh, very nice. That's what we want. Mortal wounds, is it?
Nothing.
Oh, no. We have the combat here. So the bike's using the power swords. Hit with all of them. And I need 5s and 6s to wound, correct? Because your toughness...
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4. So 4s to wound, actually. And you're not a fast attacker, are you?
I'm not.
Cool. So that's just 3 saves to make. So 3 saves.
What's the minus?
-3.
-3, no saves.
Okay, so that's 3 wounds. Here we are. So attacks back on who?
The 2 wraiths are going to hack back into the Watchmaster.
Very nice.
So we're looking for 3s. Very nice.
Okay.
Strength 6 versus your toughness 4.
4, yeah.
So we're looking for 3s again.
Oh.
Not so good.
So
1 at -2.
And then damage.
2.
So 4-up save. He makes it. Cool. And that's the end of my go. So not much left on the table here, really. I think the bikes will probably make a comeback. Should we see what you're going to do next?
Let's see.
And then I bet it's a big roll here. So the bikes will all come back now, my luck.
So reanimation, looking for 5s up for these Tomb Blades.
Look at that.
2 back.
Very nice. Cool. So Ben, what are you doing now?
So, beginning of turn 3 for the Necrons, the Doomsday Arcs have moved up, the Tomb Blades have stayed put, the Triarch Stalker has moved up a little bit, looking to get a charge in on those bikes, and then we're going to go straight into the shooting phase.
Cool. So he's moved.
So, yep, he's moved up the battlefield, so he's at a -1 to hit, going into those intercessors. So he's looking for 4s, so he gets nothing.
Okay, the Destroyer Lord next.
He's going to be targeting the Watchmaster.
Yes.
So he's looking for 3s, re-rolling the 1s.
Yep.
So 2 2s and a 5. So that's looking for, again, 3s up the 1, which goes through.
Cool. 4-up save.
Yep, 4 up in one, which he makes.
Okay. And the next unit.
The next unit to fire will be this unit of Tomb Blades here.
Yep.
These 3 will rapid fire into the Terminators, and this one is out of range.
Okay.
So we're looking for 3s.
Yep.
Strength 5 against a toughness of 4, so we're looking
Correct.
for 3s. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 saves on your invulnerable.
Cool. And they're -2, right? So 4-up saves on the Terminators. And how do they fare? So I've taken 3 wounds. So that means 1 dies and 1 goes on to 1 wound. So we'll pop him onto 1 wound and we'll take him away.
Next up to shoot is the Wraiths with their pistols. We'll be going into this Terminator, see if they can finish him off.
For sure.
Looking for 3s to hit. 2 hits. Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. So 1 wound, no AP.
Cool. So 1 wound.
1 wound.
And he takes a wound. So the Terminator is gone. Cool. And who's shooting next?
Next we have this Doomsday Arc, firing everything it has into this unit of intercessors.
Yep.
So we'll start with the big cannon.
Big cannon.
Generates 4 shots.
Mm-hmm.
It has moved, so it's hitting on 4s. So 3. Strength 8, so wounding you on 2s. So 3 saves at -3.
So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. No saves there, unfortunately. -3, is it?
-3, so you'll be getting a
-4.
6 save.
Okay. And then they're D6 as well, so I shouldn't be so premature. But I have failed the saves, so D6.
It'll be D3.
D3.
It's moved, so we'll see
Oh,
what
wow.
happens.
1 dead.
2 dead.
Oh, very nice.
And 1 on 1 wound.
Oh, wow. Didn't expect that. So, a little premature on my side. So I'll pop a 1 down by the 1 bolt rifle left. But he's got lots of Gus fire coming in. Gus? Who is Gus? Any shots?
Firing.
Yep.
We're looking for 3s. And now we're looking for 4s.
Yep.
So 5 saves to make at -2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 1. So 4 up saves. So I lose the 1 guy and 1 wound and another guy. So that unfortunately will be a Hellblaster this turn. So that's another Hellblaster gone. Cool. And next.
Next is Doomsday Arc.
Yep.
Opening up on its last target, which will be this unit of intercessors here.
For sure.
Start with the big gun.
Yep.
Generating 3 shots. It has moved, so hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. Strength 8. So 2 wounds. AP -3.
Okay, 6s. Come on, 6s. No 6s.
So
And then D3.
2 damage and 1 damage.
Okay. So I can apply the 1 damage. Correct?
Correct.
And then that takes him away.
And now the Gorse Flare arrays.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
Whoa.
Wounding you on 4s.
Yes.
That's 4 saves at -1.
4 saves. -1. So that unfortunately is another guy dead and a wound carried over. So that goes that way. Any more shooting?
That's it from the shooting.
But rates are going into the Watchmaster. Misses, but he gets to re-roll. He gets 1 6, 2 to wound, 1 wound, so normal save.
Looking for that 3. It doesn't make it.
That's
Takes
2
some
damage.
wound. 2 damage. Very nice.
Very nice. And then you're moving in there.
Roll to see if they make their charge. Just about. So, Wraith going into the Watchmaster. Looking for 3s. That's 2 misses. See if they can do better this time. Looking for 3s again. That's 2.
Cool. 2 4-up saves. So I fail 1. How many damage?
That's 2 damage.
That leaves him on 2. Who's next?
And that's it for combat.
Okay, so combat's back. Ben doesn't want to attack back with this guy. So I'm not going to argue it. But I'm going to do 4 attacks with the Watchmaster. Hits on 2s. He gets to re-roll. And then he's strength 5. And your toughness is 5, right?
That's correct.
So 4s to wound, re-rolling 1s. No wounds. Absolutely no wounds. And then from the bike squad, 2 and 2, they hit on 3s. And take those to one side. We are within 6 inches of the Watchmaster, so they're going to re-roll their hits. And that means these are the hits, and then it's going to be 4 5s and 6s. So 1 2 3 4 wounds. -3 onto that guy. So I believe that is enough to kill that character.
That is enough to kill him.
Okay, so we take him away. And then that is the end of the Necron turn. So unfortunately, I'm still very much up against it. So Ben's going to spend his last command point. And what are you going to do, Ben?
At the end of the fight phase, I'm going to use resurrection protocols on this Cryptek.
Yep.
And on a 4-up, he comes back to life.
Very nice.
He does not.
Ooh.
Never mind.
So morale's required. I have to get under a 4 on these guys. I got a 2, so they're good. This squad here, I believe it lost... How many was it, Ben? Was it 3?
I believe 3.
Okay, that's so 3 in this squad, and they're good. So that are my morales for this turn. So shooting, first of all, we're going to go with the bikes into the bikes. So they're going to get a nice amount of 12 shots. It's still going to be Hellfire rounds. So re-rolling the 1s and 2s. So I need 4s to hit and get rid of the 3s. And then 2s to wound, re-rolling 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds.
Any AP on those?
No, just
No.
normal.
So 3s. We take 3 wounds, which is enough to drop 2 bikes.
So I'm going to fire this captain here into the... is it the destroyer barge? Or what is it called?
The
Doomsday.
Arc.
So the captain's going to fire his melting Doomsday Arc and then 2 shots over to the bikes, Necron bikes. So 2 shots from the Necron bikes, Hellfire rounds first of all. 2 hits on... Actually, I don't. I hit in 3s, but I can't re-roll that. But I can because I'm within 6 inches of the Chapter Master. So 2 hits and 2s to wound. Re-rolling 1s for the mission tactics. So that's 2 saves on the bikes.
Both fail. 1 more bike down.
1 more bike down. Interesting. And then into the arc, I've got 1 hit, toughness 6. So it'll be 3s to wound, correct, Ben?
Correct.
And I get a 5.
Very nice.
So that's -4.
Straight to damage.
Cool. So how many damage do I do? 5.
Right, let's see if quantum shielding can block this. I need to roll a 4 or less. That's a 6, I don't block it.
So that's 5 damage.
5 damage onto that arc.
Wow, that's not a bad story from... I don't know what his name is, but we'll figure a name out for him. What would you name him?
Lucky.
Lucky. Okay. Same we do the same again. So 2 shots from this guy into the bike. So roll Hellfire rounds, and then the melter's also going into the arc. So he hits the bikes twice, 2s to wound. So that's 2 wounds from Hellfire rounds.
Let's see if we can save them on a 3-up. Both saved.
Oh, it saved 6s. And the melter hitting on 2. But he gets to re-roll his 1, and he gets a 5. And the reason he gets re-roll 1s, in case anyone's wondering if I'm too far away from the Watchmaster. So toughness, so he's hit. Toughness 3, so I need...
Toughness 6. So
Sorry, toughness 6. So
3.
3s to wound. I got a 5.
So straight to damage.
And that does 5 more. So we need a 4.
4 or less to save for quantum shielding. Another 6.
Wow. How many wounds does he have?
He has 14.
Okay, so that is very lucky from the 2 Terminator watch captains. I didn't expect that. I've got this squad left here before I do anything. I had thought about it. The aggressor's going to fire everything into the Ghost Barge, or into the Doomsday Arc. And then this guy here is going to fire 2 shots into the bike. So I'll do him first. So he hits on 3s. No, he doesn't. He hits on 4s. Right. Okay, that makes a difference. And then the aggressor into the arc, he'll get an extra. He hasn't moved, so he'll get an extra 8 shots. So the aggressor into the arc, he hits on 3s. Okay, and I get to re-roll the 1s and 2s, simply because of being the Watchmaster within 6. So take those out. And now I need 5s and 6s. Okay, now re-roll. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds.
So 7 wounds.
Yep.
Looking for a 4-up. He takes 1, 2, 3. He has 1 wound remaining.
Interesting. So I'm going to fire 2 shots into the bike, and I'm going to fire 2 into the arc. So the 2 into the bike, I am going to overcharge these. So I've hit with neither of those, so they've both failed. And then the one into the arc is going to be 2 hits, and then another 2 hits, and then they're going to need 3s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and they are going to be 2 damage apiece.
So let's see if I can roll 4 ones to keep this arc alive. No.
Okay.
On a 6 up, the arc explodes. It does not.
Doesn't explode. Fair enough. And finally, what I'm going to do this turn, charge-wise, is I'm going to charge the 3 bikes into the 1 remaining bike. You going to Overwatch?
I am going to Overwatch.
Okay.
1 hit.
Yeah.
Wounding you on 4s.
Yeah.
1 wound.
Cool.
AP
And
-3.
-3 means I need a 6 because it's the guy with the wound. And I don't, so I lose a bike. And I'll have to edit that bit out. But I am going to go forward. I'm going to go forward 6 inches. So, move forward 6 inches. So let's do the attack. So 3 from the captain, 2 from that. Hitting on 3s. That is not very good. And then hitting on 3s in combat, is that right? Or is it -1? Okay, cool. And then it'll be toughness.
5.
So 5s to wound. And I've done 1, 2 wounds at -4. Sorry, -3. Sorry, I told a lie.
So I'm looking for that 5 up invulnerable
Yep.
to keep this bike alive. So he makes it on both.
Very nice. Just what you want. And then the captain into those guys. He will get 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s. So they all hit. Wounding on 4s. Cool. So re-rolling 1s because of their fast attacks. That's 3 wounds.
So looking for 3s.
Yep.
Fail them all.
It's actually D3 damage for each of these. So the first one is 1 damage. And the second one is 1 damage. So that's...
That takes that one away.
Okay. And then finally, the last one is 1 damage as well. So 1 stays in there in combat with him. Interesting.
Grab your bike. So bikes gets 1 attack, hitting on 3s. He hits. Strength 4 versus your toughness of 5. So he's looking for 5s. He doesn't do it.
Cool. And over here.
Right. Wraith going into the Watchmaster. 3s and 3s. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
Cool. 1, 2 damage apiece.
2 damage apiece.
Cool. So he's lost, that's his last 2 wounds, so he's gone. So we've got reanimation over here.
So we get back 1 bike.
1 bike, still not bad
At the
though.
top of the Necron's turn, the Doomsday Ark and Triarch Stalker have moved up desperately to try and protect the objective in the middle. Tomb Blades have fallen back, going to try and take out those bikes. And the Wraith left on 1 wound is desperately going to try and take out that Watchmaster, is it?
Watch captain.
Watch Captain. So let's see what happens.
Here we go.
Start with the Tomb Blades.
Yep.
Rapid fire into those bikes. Looking for 3s. Then looking for 3s. So that's 4 saves at -3.
Cool, so I'll do invuln saves. That's a 3. 3. Oh no, and then a 6 for the top guy. No, 2 damage apiece.
1 damage each.
1 damage each. So actually, that 4 would leave this guy on 1 wound.
Very good.
Okay, interesting. I thought I'd lost them.
Next up, we're going to go with the Doomsday Ark.
Yeah.
It's going to fire everything it's got into those bikes.
Okay.
Start with the big gun.
Big gun.
Generates 6.
Oh,
Hitting on 4s because we've moved. That's 3 hits. Wounding you on 2. No, 3s. So 2 saves at -3.
he's definitely gone. And then I got a 6. What was it? -6 though for the save.
So -3. So you're fine.
Okay, but I do lose the bike with the gun. But he'll probably be brought down with the mass firepower of these things, these green things.
These Gauze Flare arrays.
Yeah, the terminology has lost me.
3s.
We're getting to the end. What a slog so far. Necrons are just a bit too tough. Please tell me they're the misses.
Now we're looking for 5s.
Oh, what does that say?
1, 2,
I can't read the scripture.
3, 4. Only 4 at -2.
Okay, but on the bike, is it?
On the bike.
So we're looking for 5 ups. This bike needs the best roll of his life. I've got to get these dice just right. Oh, put that. Let me see. Ready, go. Can I do it? No, I can't. That was really bad. Right, no more of that ever again on the channel. What would you like to
Triarch Stalker.
Yeah.
We're firing into this unit here.
Oh, this guy into this guy.
He's moved, so he's hitting on 4s. So 1 hit.
Yeah.
And it does not wound.
Thank everybody.
Next is the Destroyer Lord.
Yeah.
He will be shooting everything he's got into this unit here.
Yeah, for sure.
3's up the 1. Reroll that 1. And 3's up the 1 again. So 1 save at -2.
-2. Come on, 5 and 6. Oh yeah.
Go.
Didn't expect that.
And now the last thing to shoot is the Wraith with his pistol. It's going into that poor little marine there.
Okay.
3's.
Hits.
3's. No AP.
Oh, he's good.
So we're going to go then straight into the charge phase. That Wraith is going to charge into this Watch Captain.
Makes sense. So plasma first of all. Misses. And then Hellfire rounds. I got 1 hit. The rest missed. And it wounds. So normal save.
So just a 3-up invulnerable, or he's out of there. He makes it.
Cool. Come on in.
He makes the charge.
He does.
3 attacks, hitting on 3's. Wounding you on 3's. So 2 saves at -2.
-2, which is going to be a 4 up. Okay, so he takes 1 wound. And he takes 2 wounds.
So
But he has 2 wounds left. But he will attack back now. And he hits on 3's. All hit. And 3's to wound. And then mission tactics allow me to reroll that one. What's the toughness of those?
he's toughness 5.
Okay, so 3 saves. Invuln saves.
Let's see what we've got. He's okay.
Quickly, I've just moved this guy down. And shooting phase. The aggressor is going to get an extra couple of shots into the bikes. And he's gone with an extra 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, and the hands are too small. So I'm going to roll these ones here. And then I'm going to roll these ones here. And then I'm going to re-roll the ones. Because I can do that.
1 more 1 in there.
Oh, there's 1 more 1 in there. Cool. And there we go. So I've basically take away the 3s and the 2s. And then I will be firing a Hellfire round from the other bike. Are they toughness 4 or 5?
They are toughness 5.
Cool. So 5s and 6s. And then re-rolling 1s. But there's no 1s in there. So that's not great. But it's 4 wounds. And then the 1 guy left hits twice. Hellfire rounds, 2s to wound. Re-rolling 1s. So I've done 1, 2. I've done 6 wounds altogether. And they're all AP dash.
So 3's. 1 bike down.
1 bike down.
Back again.
They're so tough. I'm going to fire this aggressor's melter gun in here. I'm going to fire 2 shots into the bike in his own. So the bike in his own need 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. And 2s to wound Hellfire round with a re-roll for mission tactics. And that's 1 more wound. Whoa.
Takes it.
Takes it. So that leaves him on 1. And then into the arc, it's a 2 for the melter. And then it's a wound.
Straight to damage.
Cool, straight to damage. How many damage do I do? Is it a big one? It's a 4. So 3 or less.
3 to negate. 8 doesn't. Takes a 4.
Okay, 4 damage.
Good job quantum shielding.
Interesting. And then I'm going to do... I did say to everyone I'd get rid of that bike because it's just going to come back and harass me. So I'm going to fire one guy overwatched into the bike. Actually, I don't need to. He's got one wound left. So I'm going to do 2 overwatched, or 2 normal ones into the bike and the rest into this tank. So the bike... Oh, I bet I can do it in 1. Right, so 3 into the Doomsday Arc and 1 into the bike. So that one bike gets a 1, but I am close enough to these guys. I get to re-roll. And I got a 6, yeah. And then it wounds on the 3. So a normal save. Well, you have an invuln save, 5 up, right?
5 up to keep that one bike alive.
Have I... Oh, he's made it on the 6. And then into the Arc... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 at a time. Okay, that will definitely need re-rolling. And then, so this one is fine. That guy does not die. And then that guy misses with that one, and I get a re-roll with this one because I get a re-roll 1. So these are the hits. 3s to wound. These are overcharged. So that's 1, 2. So you need to roll a 1.
Nothing.
Cool, so that's another 4 more damage. Just to save my captain, everybody into the Wraith. I should probably roll 2 dice with these guys because it'd be 6 inches in. So I'll do the Terminator Watch Captain first. So he'll hit on 3s. He gets to reroll 1s. And then he'll wound on 3s. So that's 3 saves to make.
Let's see if we can do that 3 up invulnerable. We cannot.
He's only got 1 wound left, is that right?
He's out of there.
Is he 1 wound or is he...
1 wound
okay,
left.
let's roll see what we got anyway. It was 1 wound. Okay, and that is the end of the Deathwatch turn. So reanimations.
So 5 up for the bikes. So 2 more come back.
Very nice. So hard to get rid of. Ben has done his movement phase and it's getting a little bit late in the evening, so we are going to call it here, and it is a very narrow victory to Ben. So let us explain what has happened. So I have scored 6 points in this mission for just my characters being alive, not in the objective. And obviously Ben's lost most of his characters, his other 2, but he still has this. So this actually turn was 6-5. But because Ben's on this objective, it makes it 6-all at the end of this turn. Because he's alive, and that actually gets 2. He wins by 2. So 1 for being alive, 1 for being on the objective. And he has got Linebreaker. And if you were watching closely, he got Slay the Warlord. So he has won all his secondaries. He's done really well. So that actually puts it to 8? No?
I believe, yes.
Or is it not? Yeah, 8. So you scored 3. So 8-6 to Ben. And we're going to leave it there. So, there we go.
Not so bad, was it?
It wasn't what I expected. Genuinely a game of I take half your army, you take half my army, I take half your army, you take half my army. I just couldn't get rid of the bikes.
No, they do tend to hang around. One of the best things about the Necrons is they just keep coming back and coming back. And those destroyers pump out a ton of damage.
Yeah, Chris runs a very similar list on the channel. So if you've seen any of the battle reports with his Necrons, he does it. So I was kind of prepared for that, but in this mission I just couldn't get you units off the center objective. It was too hard. But did you enjoy the game?
I absolutely loved it. Well, we'll do it again for sure.
Thank you for
you
coming on
so
the channel. Really enjoyed it. So as we always say, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. And we'll see you on the next battle report.